She never expected her ordinary day at the military base to turn into one of the most unforgettable moments of her life. The sun was just rising over the training ground when a Navy SEAL, known for his quick wit and sharp sense of humor, walked up to her. He leaned in with that familiar smirk and asked her rank, clearly joking, expecting a laugh. But what happened next would shock everyone around. In that instant, 4 high-ranking generals standing nearby snapped to attention and saluted her without hesitation. The air seemed to freeze as everyone turned to witness the moment, a mix of disbelief and respect hanging over the scene. Whispers spread fast. Who was she? What had she done to earn such instant recognition from the highest ranks? She felt a surge of pride and confusion at the same time. The Navy SEAL, realizing his joke had taken an unexpected turn, blinked in astonishment, while the general's eyes held a mix of admiration and strict military discipline. It was clear that this was more than just a playful interaction. It was a story of courage, recognition, and respect that most people would never witness. As she stood there, unsure of whether to laugh or bow, the energy on the base was electric. Everyone wanted to know her story, and the question on everyone's lips was, how did this moment come to be? And more importantly, what would happen next? The answer was far more extraordinary than anyone could have imagined. She had joined the military years ago, drawn by a desire to serve and push herself beyond limits she never thought possible. Early mornings, grueling exercises, and endless hours of strategy drills had become her normal. But despite all that, she usually stayed under the radar, focused on her work, respected by her peers, but rarely in the spotlight. That day, standing among the most elite officers in the military, it felt like all of that effort had suddenly been recognized in one breathtaking moment. The Navy SEAL, still recovering from his own surprise, whispered something under his breath about not expecting that, while the generals continued their silent salute, eyes sharp and unwavering. Each gesture carried weight, a story behind it that she hadn't yet been told. She remembered snippets of briefings, mentions of covert operations, and commendations she had received over the years. But nothing had ever felt as immediate or commanding as this acknowledgement. Around her, the base was alive with quiet tension. Soldiers paused mid-step. Trainers stopped giving commands, and even the wind seemed to carry a heavier sense of anticipation. Questions swirled in her mind. Did the generals know about a recent mission she had been part of? Or was this tied to something deeper in her service record that she had nearly forgotten? Her heart pounded as she realized that this moment wasn't just a casual interaction, it was a turning point. Something significant was about to unfold, something that could change how she was seen not just on this base, but potentially across the military, and yet she had no idea what it might be. She could feel every eye on her now, and the weight of their attention was almost tangible. The 4 generals didn't break their salute, their faces unreadable but commanding, while the Navy SEAL glanced at her with a mixture of amusement and curiosity. It was clear he hadn't expected the situation to escalate, and yet he remained composed, as if testing her reaction. She straightened her posture, heart racing, aware that any misstep could shift the tone entirely. Meanwhile, whispers moved through the surrounding soldiers. Some speculated about a secret operation she had been involved in. Others wondered if she had been promoted in secret, or maybe awarded a commendation that few knew about. Her mind raced, too, trying to piece together what could have prompted such immediate respect from the highest-ranking officers. She remembered a mission 6 months ago, high stakes, off the grid, intelligence critical. But nothing in her memory suggested that the results had reached the top brass so quickly. Could it be tied to that? From another angle, she noticed her peers exchanging subtle looks. Some were impressed, some skeptical, and others clearly confused by the sudden show of authority. She realized that this moment wasn't just about recognition, it was testing her, probing how she handled unexpected pressure and public scrutiny. Even the Navy SEAL, known for his unshakable confidence, seemed momentarily unsettled. And in that silence, she sensed the deeper tension. This encounter was just the beginning. Whatever this was leading to, it wasn't going to be simple. Decisions were being weighed, alliances silently acknowledged, and a story was unfolding that would demand more than courage. It would demand clarity, composure, and a willingness to step into an unknown that could change everything. The tension around her was almost unbearable now. Every second stretched longer than